Hi everybody, Troy from New Zealand Fight Sports here today, joined by Jay, owner of Stealth Grappling and the man behind the upcoming Stealth Invitational 1 on September 30th in Auckland. It's great to chat with you, Jay. Obviously, this event is just around the corner next weekend.
Yep.
What's it been like trying to organise your first invitational event, and how long has this been in the works and the plans for?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, thanks for having me on, man. Pleasure to be here.
Awesome.
This has been in the works maybe a couple of months. So a little bit of a different challenge to the usual events. Like most of the logistics are the same, like sorting the venue out, truck hire, staffing. That's usually the big one. And then obviously the athletes is the biggest change for this one. Normally, most comps are just like participant based. Everyone just goes on the link, signs up. They show up on the day or not really my problem. So that's usually automated. So yeah, obviously for this one, it's all about getting the matches right, making sure everyone shows up, trying to deal with pullouts, which has been a big one for this. Yeah, that would be the only real new challenge. Everything else is kind of stock standard at this point. Have to do a bit more marketing on this one because I'm relying on getting people through the door and watching. Whereas, for normal comps, most of the attendance is just competitors. So yeah, making the matchups and then marketing would be the biggest challenges with this one that are different to normal.
Nice. You're quite savvy with your social media and stuff and how you do. It's always very it comes across very flash. It doesn't used or anything. So
thanks. I like to make it somewhat original and inject some of my humor into it. I know everyone's sick of just reading the usual blah blah updates. I try to put a bit of personality into it.
No, it's cool. I can definitely see it. Obviously, there's been a few replacements and shuffles within the lineup since the inception of the card as injuries impossible to avoid in the sport. But the matchups that you've got are absolutely fireworks, especially for this next weekend. You've got Jake and Brycey in the main event. That's absolute madness, getting someone like Jake and then someone matching him up with someone like Bryce, who's, that is such a good matchup. And obviously the matchups make the fights, and that's going to be amazing to see those two go at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, Bryce, says it's going to go boring 10 minutes and go to decision at the end. But
I think he's just being humble. I'm sure that one's going to be an exciting match. But I think Bryce likes to downplay things a lot, but I wouldn't expect a boring match from that for sure.
Neither of those two, no. And obviously you've got Jared and Bilal, who, even as in your right up your foot, they're two top of the scene guys. Bilal's come onto the scene fairly quickly in the big scheme of things and just risen up, and he's starting to take those high boys' legs out, and he's got a real dangerous guard, and everyone you talk to, he seems like such a nice guy. That's going to be an awesome one to see too.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm especially looking forward to that match. I think Jared is the clear favorite there. He's much more experienced, a bit bigger. Although to be fair, Bilal is looking pretty jacked these days, so Jared might
210 grams of protein.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Jared's been around a lot longer. He's a strong leg locker himself. Good top game. Very well rounded. Bilal, he's really only seen him come onto the scene the last couple of years. He's progressing very quickly. He's training all the time. It's basically his life. I remember I haven't trained with him in a while, but when did I last train? Yeah, the last roll I had with him maybe a couple of months ago, and then the one like a year ago. Like he's just improved so much. He's only getting better. So I think this match might be closer than people think.
Yeah. Obviously, he had that super fight over in Aussie recently, and he was able to get the fast submission finish in that. And then Jared's nobody hasn't heard of Jared on the scene. He's been around for a long time. Obviously, the first 80cc Open champ winner that we had here in New Zealand too.
Yeah, man.
You've got obviously Josh and Oscar, two young guys. They're going to be flying around. Yeah, I'm excited for that match. And then you've got Tom and Pete in the gi as well.
Yeah, first only gi match on the card. That'll be interesting.
That's going to be fun too. Two good guys. Obviously both of them have got extremely. They come from great gyms in the gi too. Both of them. So it's going to be real good. You got Brooke and Jade. That's awesome. They've been around for a while. Jade's been on. Two Future Cups or one Future Cup, and she's pretty much at every comp that you see her.
Yeah, she's been around a while. She mostly trains MMA, but I've rolled with her. Her jiu-jitsu is pretty solid. Yeah. Jade, she's a lot less experienced, but she's a savage, man. She trains like all the time. I think she's only been training about a year. I've been training up with her at Bush lately. She's solid. She's very dedicated. So I think every time could be real. That could be a good one.
Every time you see their social stories and that going up, you always see her on the mats, and Marcus and those few other guys that are consistently training. It seems like a real good gym that they've got going up there. You know, real consistent culture, and that it's cool.
Oh yeah, awesome gym, great vibe, like one of the best in the country. I noticed a lot of
And
these newer gyms, they seem to be modeling off like the Bush approach, and just keeping everything
yeah,
fun, family focused. Like, yeah, I've been up there about 3 weeks now.
cool. But so yeah,
Yeah,
I see you doing the classes up there and that,
yeah.
the
So
new
the coach
flavour into
Brennan,
things.
he's just out for he just had his shoulder surgery, so I've kind of been looking after the show while he's away. Yeah, awesome gym. If anyone has like a weekend free, highly recommend shooting up there. Brennan's a great
Awesome.
coach, great room. Yeah, highly recommend it.
And then we got Liam Tosh and Chris Spann, obviously another two boys that are well known on the grappling circuit, both long. I don't think you could find that's the crazy matchup with those guys with their
Yeah, I think.
weights, you know, with how
Yeah,
long limbed they are. That's going to be
yeah.
an
I,
exciting
I
match.
wouldn't be fooled by their position low down on the card. Like obviously, any of those guys could be pretty much right up there on any card in New Zealand. So despite that, I think they have the potential to be the most exciting match on the card. Just two scrappy little lanky giraffes. They're just gonna fucking try to kill each other. I think that'll be one of the most exciting ones for sure.
Yeah, that's going to be an awesome match. Yeah, I've trained with Liam for a couple of years now, and I've faced Chris a few times, and yeah, they're both definitely difficult characters
Oh yeah,
to
yeah. I've had a
apprehend and
few,
control.
yeah, had a few tough matches with Chris. We've both got wins over each other. That's always a fun one. I've only versed
Nice.
Liam once in a comp, and the fucker put me to sleep. Like one of the first matches of the day with a guillotine. So keen to get him back for that one day. But
Yeah, he's
yeah,
got
that
some Thai
sucks.
guillotines. He's got some great wrestling. He's got some good
Yeah,
wrestling tech. I know he's doing a few classes down at Gracie Allegiance and Hastings there. So he's starting to obviously polish up on his own tech through that coaching.
yep.
And yeah, leading his crew down there. So that's cool. And then obviously we got the youngins, Te Wariti, that she is a killer coming up on the scene.
Absolutely. Like, yeah, her age is no indicator of how well she is. Yeah, she's like you say, she's a savage, man. Very slick,
Uh,
very sharp. She gets a sub, she's gonna rip it off.
yeah, I've seen her at a few comps now, and yeah, she's obviously very very calm nature. They've got quite a cool team that they're with, but yeah, once they're on the mats, it's kill
Yeah,
or be killed kind of thing, which is
absolutely.
awesome.
Yeah,
And obviously, so this is going down on the 30th September at
yeah,
the Te Aratū Peninsula Community Centre. We've got
yes,
parking around the back of the building. Doors open 5. Matches start at 6.
yep,
Tickets can be purchased at the door. Cash, FBOS, bank transfer, all accepted at the door.
yep,
$50 for adults, $30 for children, and under fives free.
yep,
That is cool. And your sponsors on the night, you've got Rock Build and Supreme Plumbing. Is that
yep.
right?
That's correct. Rockburn Supreme Plumbing. So both of them, they train out of Daredevil. I believe they do some work around the gym. They help those guys out. Yeah, they've been really good to me. They've put up cash a few times for absolute divisions at the comps. Yeah, two real nice guys like Rob and JJ. Yeah, they've always helped
Nice,
me. They don't really
awesome.
ask for anything in return. Like they just ask me to pump them up on the socials. But yeah, they do it out of the love of the sport.
Yeah,
Real
it's
good of
so
them.
awesome. It's
Yeah,
so awesome to see that more, people are doing those things for the love and for the growth,
yeah,
of the grappling. It's wonderful. Obviously, Future Cup's done a couple of their fight nights and that they do, and that it's cool to see that this level becoming more of a consistent thing. It's wonderful. Obviously, you just started, after was it during lockdown, after lockdown?
Stealth as a whole, like from the very
Yeah,
start. Yeah, so we kicked off. Was it 2021, right? January. Was that
it was
first
fresh in the
COVID?
scene.
Yeah, fresh on the scene, January 2021. So I've been planning it for about 6 months before then. Yeah, right before COVID, it was a real quiet time for all the comps. Remember, like the old people will remember Mana Championship.
Yeah,
They
yep.
were running a few events. They were running great events, but they kind of dropped off the mat for a while. I kind of waited to see, all right, is there going to be someone else that steps in and starts up the whole sub only thing again? At that point, it was really just NZ Grappler, which great competitions, but you want less of a points rule set, more sub only based. There wasn't really anything happening at the time. With full
Yeah,
fights, they did like a couple here and there, but it wasn't really a consistent submission based circuit. So I gave it a bit. I was thinking, waiting. I thought, you know what, it's been long enough. I'm gonna try to start my own thing and see how it goes. Started planning
it's
that about 6 months before lockdown. Lockdown hit, obviously everything shut down. I was ready to go. I was like, fuck, can't do anything now. Just waited to see. Obviously the traffic light thing came into play. Waiting, and then eventually we got green lit. I was like, all right, just gonna jump in, see what happens. Yeah, the rest is history. I think I got very lucky with the timing of everything, with lockdown and Mana shutting down. I think the timing was very lucky, and since then it's only continued to grow. So yeah, pretty thankful for all that.
I think the timing is obviously a factor, but I also think your rule set and the culture that you sort of promote in that with your competitions, I think, is also why you're successful. I competed, one of your comps, and it was, I think, it was still Orange Light or whatever it was. We had this,
Yeah.
all the passports and everything were going around at the time.
Yeah.
You were still trudging through, to put on the events of the community, where people could come and get those round robin, formats. It was it's
Yeah.
really awesome. You've recently announced a stealth grappling competition in Thailand. What more can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so I've been going back and forth between Thailand for a few years now. It's kind of like a home away from home for me. It's basically I pretty much live a double life there. Try to make it over there as often as I can. Great gym. If anyone's ever over there, Phuket Grappling Academy, that's the place. Best Nogi gym in Asia. Coach Ben, really good, absolute savage on the mats. Used to just beat the fuck out of me every day. That dude, yeah, he's the real deal. Great gym, great lifestyle. So,
They've
yeah,
just moved recently into a bigger facility too over there, haven't they? Or
yes.
just when you were over there?
Yeah, so right when I got over there, was that January or February? They moved in into this absolutely huge facility. Like, no gym in New Zealand can compare. It's absolutely enormous. Obviously, yeah,
That's
like real estate
awesome.
prices are a bit different over there than here, but yeah, the facility is incredible. So yeah, with
Yeah.
the comp there, yeah, the competition scene's pretty quiet over there. Like, there's a few smaller comps scattered here and there. Bangkok's a bit busier, but Phuket, it's surprising. There's not really much happening comp-wise, considering how many fighters and athletes are over there. So,
Yeah, you'd think so.
yeah, I'll give it a go over there. So I'm going to be hiring out a gym there, Phuket Fight Club. Real big mat space.
Awesome.
So I've got one of my good friends, Jason. He's going to be co-organizing it for me. He lives in Thailand, so he's going to head over there, see everything up. I'll kind of just keep an eye on things from afar, handle all the smooth comp jazz and everything.
Nice.
Yeah, just basically different location, same rule set, everything will all be the same. Yeah, thought I'd just trial going international and see how it goes. And
Nice.
real jiu-jitsu hub over there, so I thought I might as well take advantage of it and just see if the rule set takes off there like it did over here.
Are you going to be running a gi division in the Phuket comp?
Yep, gi and no gi, same as all the
Awesome.
stealth comps here. Yep, kids, adults, gi, no gi, round robin, submission only, the usual jazz.
Wonderful. There's obviously big chatter around with the likes of the more no-gi people, the more media has been focused more on the no-gi side of the grappling things. Obviously, you run the stealth grappling with the gi and no-gi divisions. What's your opinion on the gi is dying topic?
Yeah, with that, I don't think the gi will ever completely die. I mean, it's been around, it's part of the sport forever, Like, there's always going to be diehard gi enthusiasts, diehard no-gi enthusiasts. I think from a spectator's perspective, in general, no-gi is more exciting because you're not getting stuck in grips. It's much more fast-paced, explosive. The fact that the majority of the money's now in no-gi, like 80cc, obviously got all that rich oil money getting put behind that. All of these fight cards like Fight to Win and whatever else there is. My mind's blank, but you know the ones.
Yeah. Who's
all the
number
money's
one,
in
all the
spectator
Polaris and all
side.
that, everything.
And the fact that all the top athletes are now focusing on that because obviously they're going to go where the money is. That combined with like the GOAT, Gordon Ryan, obviously he's very vocal online. He's talking about no-gi. People want to be like him. But yeah, I think we're definitely heading in the direction where no-gi is going to be the dominant side of the two. But I don't think the gi will ever completely die.
Yeah.
Me personally, I enjoy no-gi a lot more. I'm a small, speedy guy. I like to just run around people. But I find the gi can shut down. The gi will shut down a lot of my game. I definitely prefer no gi. But I don't think gi will ever completely disappear. A lot of it's personal preference, but I think, at the highest levels, I think no gi is going to continue to just pull away from it.
Yeah, I really enjoy. I'm quite 50-50 when I was training in Hastings. You train the gi all through the winter and everything, and then when I come into the no-gi, I'd sort of fall back in love with the no-gi, and then at the end of the no-gi season, I sort of didn't want to go back into the gi, and then start going back into the gi again. It's definitely, if you love jiu-jitsu and love grappling, you can definitely, I definitely love the both of them for their individual sides, for the slowing down, especially the tops, the top pressure game that I sort of play, and then I like playing the guard and the trickiness and that, and the no-gi.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it is awesome. Two sides of the same coin, I think. But I think at the highest levels, we're getting to that point where you can only really be truly successful at one. I think gone are the days where you could just train in gi all year round and then jump into ADCC, which is obviously a no-gi tournament, and medal at that. I think those days are gone. You kind of have to focus on one or the other to be good at one of them.
Yeah, well, speaking of that, we've got Jake said in his interview the other day that in his corner is going to be Taliesin Stories, who is
Yep.
obviously 10-time world champ and the only person to win gi and no-gi worlds at every bank round ranking on the way up, which is absolutely amazing. So we'd love to, kind of hear someone of his thoughts on that, on the whole, is the gi dying topic. Obviously it would be hard for him at that top level to split that training between the two and to get enough training to fill both of those voids. But
yeah, absolutely.
obviously he's managing to somehow.
His name speaks for itself. He's much more qualified to speak on it than me. So we're definitely interesting to hear what he has to say about the whole gi versus no-gi aspect and where he thinks the sport's heading.
Mate, you had VIP access to ADCC 22 and you got to hang out with Gordon Ryan and the Future Jiu-Jitsu crew.
Yeah.
Before and after he dominated Andre in their super fight.
Yep.
Does spending time with people like that and seeing like the biggest events in grappling history from behind the scenes inspire you with your own competition?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, ADCC 2022, that was absolute fireworks show of an event. Sold out that huge, what was it, Thomas and Mackey Arena. I think that event in jiu-jitsu was unprecedented in terms of like the numbers and the actual, what's the word I'm searching? I don't know, logistics of the event. Like the fireworks, just the lights.
Pure scale of
production value, that's something. Pure production value, that was insane. So yeah, definitely inspired me to work harder on my own events, see what I can keep working on, continue doing better. I mean, I think it'll be a long time before we've got something like that happening in New Zealand. Maybe one day,
Maybe one day, mate.
Yeah, that was the pinnacle. So yeah, definitely inspired me with my own events. Yeah, hanging out with the athletes is inspiring as well. It was really good for my own jiu-jitsu. Gordon's a lot nicer in person. Like same with all the athletes, very friendly. Like always gave you the time of day. I don't have a bad word to say about any of them from my interactions with them in person. Yeah, overall that was a great experience, just seeing both the highest level of competition and highest level of actual event running. Yeah, that was a great experience for me.
Seeing how smooth it all went and everything went down on for the pure scale of that thing. That's so Absolutely. Cool. Yeah. Are you going to go back to next year for 24?
Yep. Yeah, the plan is head over, same crew, 2024. I think ADCC will be around August. Yeah, bit of time.
They haven't released the exact date yet, but they've released the August 24.
Yeah, so I've got a bit of time to prepare my bank account and prepare my liver for the thrashing it's going to take. But I'm looking forward to that. Should be great.
Awesome, Jay. Awesome. Hey, just want to say, mate, the event that you've organised is amazing for growing grappling in our country, and personally as a fan of watching grappling, mate, me to you, mate, I want to thank you. It's awesome. I'm so looking forward to this event, mate. It's going to be wonderful to see the people, just to see the focus of these athletes for the pure thing of them training for one person, for one match, being able to go ham and all the timing and everything. It's going to be really cool to see these athletes on that next stage as opposed to just preparing for, your general comp,
Yeah, absolutely. Something different. I think hopefully the sport will head in a direction where even at the local level we can put fight cards on and get athletes paid.
It's cool to see it happening.
Yeah, interesting to see how it goes.
Before we go, mate, I want to get your quick hot take on Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou in their upcoming boxing fight. Who do you think's going to win and how?
Oh, I can't say I'm following it too closely. Obviously, I've seen both of them fight. Tyson Fury, huge dude, very technical boxer. Francis, can't really doubt his knockout power. He can put anyone to sleep at any time. Cool to see a knockout from Francis. I think that would be insane. But I think this is going to be a boring answer, but I feel like Tyson's just more technical. He's going to use his size and frame, just lean on him, tire him out. If he can get past those few first rounds where Francis has power, he has power the whole way through, but just wear on him enough to take the pop out of his punches in those first couple of rounds. I think it'll be the same as his first couple of fights with Wilder, maybe takes a few shots, gets back up, wears on him, tires him out, and then outpoints him or maybe knocks him out. I'd say, I think Fury's got it, to be honest.
Cool. Awesome.
I'm not qualified at all. I don't know shit about it, so anything could happen. That's just what I think will happen.
Hey, that's all I want to hear. Hey, Jay, I really appreciate you coming on with me, making the time.
My
I really,
pleasure.
really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
I look absolutely forward to the event. I can't wait to see everybody on the night. I can't wait to see all the athletes, catch up with everybody.
Yeah.
And it's going to be great. I will see you on the night, and I'll see
Awesome.
everybody else.
See you then, man. Thanks for having me.
Cheers, Jay. Later,
Cheers,
mate.
bro.
Thank you.
Later, mate.